Today, we are going to be going over the best player at every single position right now in Madden 24. As of right now, it is May 9th. The Influx Part 2 promo comes out today to reveal the cards. I'm not going to lie, they don't look good. We're going to do every position, even offensive lineman, but I don't mean like I'm literally going to break it down like, oh, left tackle, right tackle. No, it's going to be one offensive lineman. It's one player for every single position. Now, you don't have to have these players on your team, but if you want to have the greatest team possible, then you should probably have these players. I know we got to start off with the offense. We're going to go with quarterback, Lamar Jackson. There is a lot of good quarterbacks you can use right now in Madden 24, but the guy that's just better than all of them is simply Lamar Jackson. Just looking at the stats already, you're like, I mean, everything's 99. How does it get better than that? Well, it actually does. His abilities are great. Now, I know AK cards, their X factors aren't really the best because they start on, they turn off, they start on, they turn off. So they're not really that crazy, especially for like a quarterback. For some positions, they might not be bad, but for quarterback, it's not crazy. He gets run and gun, pass lead, elite, escape bars. It's all cool. You can just throw one of those on. It's like a plus to what you're getting already. Also, he gets traditional full release. I kind of forgot to say that, which is, some will say, the best release in the game. He gets evasive built in for 0, which I don't think evasive is that crazy this year. It's not like what it used to be, but to get it for free, I mean, you can never really go wrong with that. He also gets pass lead elite for 2 AP. These are his discounts. Pass lead elite for 2 AP. Truz for 1 AP. Master Tactician for 1 AP. Next slide is the same thing, except you get Gunslinger for the 0, Energizer for 0, and then it's the same thing for the next slot. So really, what you could do with Lamar is you could rock Truz for 1 AP, so you never have to worry about fumbling. Master Tactician for 1 AP, and Pass Lead Elite for 2 AP. You don't need Gunslinger with Lamar. He has traditional 4 release. That release does not need Gunslinger. You will be fine with that. So you'll get, what is that? That's like 4 abilities, plus the evasive. I guess if you want to count the X Factor, that's 5. You're getting like 5 abilities for 4 AP. The fastest quarterback in the game, with pretty much arguably the best stats in the game. And Truz, I mean, that's why you want to have the Truz on, to take advantage of that 99 speed, so you can just get reckless with them and not have to worry about fumbling. Eric Dickerson is the best running back in the game. Now, you could say Breece Hall is also really good, but I don't think he's on the same level as Eric Dickerson at all. Eric Dickerson's bigger than him, 6'3". Their stats. Breece Hall might have a little bit better stats because he's a golden ticket, but ability-wise and all that stuff, it's going Eric Dickerson, no question. Abilities are the most important thing on this game. First off, he gets Angry Runs NFL Combine, which means after 9 plays, this thing stays on for the entire game, which is probably the most annoying thing to go against, which is why you got to make sure you got like some type of momentum shift on your defense to make sure you do not have to play against Angry Runs, because you're not going to want to. He gets Human Joystick built in for 0, which Human Joystick is such a good ability in this game. If you have not used it, I would highly recommend that you use it. It's really good. And then for his actual discounts, man, the main thing is he gets Jukebox for 0 with that Human Joystick, man. It's just too good. He gets a lot of other really good stuff too. You get like Tank for 1, Bruiser, Energizer for 0, Backyard Halfback, Red Zone Threat, all that's good, but the Jukebox for 0 with the Human Joystick, and he gets Angry Runs all game. I mean, come on, man. That is just ridiculous. Not to mention, one of the most important thing about a running back is having a good juke. He's got that. So the receiver position was a really hard one. I mean, they're all been, well, actually, no. I was going to say they've all been hard, but no, the running back is pretty easy. I think Eric Dickerson was a no-brainer. And quarterback was a little tough because, like, I went with Lamar just because you could just, he gets everything you could possibly want. And if you're not a guy that doesn't care for the running quarterback, then you probably wouldn't go with Lamar, but Lamar gets everything for cheap too. But all right, let's talk about the receiver. So for the receiver, I went with Calvin Johnson, but it was a really tough one. For me, it was between Calvin Johnson and Jerry Rice. Those, in my opinion, are the best two. I went with Calvin, and you're probably gonna think, oh, because the 6'5". So they're both of their stats are great. The stats is not a big deal. You know what I mean? It just comes down to height, abilities, and all that stuff. So Calvin Johnson has the height, which in this situation is actually kind of a bad thing, because where this game is at right now, you actually want the smaller receivers, because you want guys to get down faster to get away from those KOs and stuff. So having the 6'5" guy actually kind of, I guess, put you at a little bit more of a disadvantage. But Jerry gets Route Tech and Jukebox for 0. That's what Jerry gets. Calvin gets Red Zone Threat and Jukebox for 0. So they both get Jukebox for 0. And the biggest thing is Jukebox for 0. You want this on your receivers. Great ability to have. So it comes down to the Red Zone Threat versus Route Tech. This year, I don't really think you need Route Tech. You don't need it at all. I mean, Main is so easy to beat, you just don't need it. And that's the only reason route tech was created. So I think Calvin's got the advantage there, red zone threat, because you could definitely get some use out of, red zone threat. That, I'm not going to say it's anything spectacular, but I think you get more use of that than you would get in route tech, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but and then I think Jerry's got the advantage with the height being smaller, 6'2" to 6'5", but Jerry's still, kind of taller with 6'2". So I went with Calvin because at the end of the day, Calvin does have a better juke than Jerry, so that mix it in with that jukebox, and he's going to be flying around the field. Best tight end in the game is Tony Gonzalez, and I mean, it's not even close. Like, there's no debating anyone for the tight end position. Like, the other positions, there's a little bit of debate. Receiver, Jerry, Calvin, QB, you could say Vic, Lamar, Powers, those guys. Running back, like I said, I don't think there was a debate. That was Eric Dickerson. Tight end, it's no debate. There is nobody in comparison to Tony Gonzalez. Stats are great. All that stuff is great. Speed is really good. And then the abilities, that's where he just separates himself from everybody. First of all, the X Factor, you can put on momentum. He gets momentum shift X Factor. Now, I don't really know if you're going to use it because he probably has one of the worst momentum shifts out of anyone that gets it, because it's really, because his turns off, and when it turns off, it's really hard to get it back on. But he's got a lot of other good X factors that if you want to use, he gets double me Ring of Honor, which, isn't anything crazy. He gets route technician Ring of Honor, which is pretty cool. Yak him up NFL Combine, that's probably low-key the best one. I could be wrong, but he still has some really solid X factors, and then his abilities are great. I mean, red zone threat for 0, you can never go wrong with that, especially at the tight end position. That's really good. Jukebox for 0, one of the best abilities you could just have on offense, period. Also gets tank for 0, and I think leapfrog for 0. So if you want to go jukebox for 0, then you could also go leapfrog for 0. And I don't think there's any discount in this slot. Actually, no, yeah. So low-key, actually, what you could do, you could go leapfrog for 0 right here, jukebox for 0 right here, and then right here you can go with where's that? I thought he had another 0. Oh yeah, tank. You go with the tank for 0. So he gets 3 0 AP abilities, which are all good abilities, solid X factors. There's no tight end even coming close to Tony Gonzalez. Now, honestly, I don't know if we will get another tight end better than him this year. This is our last position for offense. The best offensive lineman in the game is J.C. Kelsey. And it's also kind of not even close just because of the abilities he gets. Now, he is a little undersized, 6'3", 295, but his stats definitely help make up for that, and so do his abilities. With Kelsey, you're able to put on Identifier and Secure Protector for a total of 0 AP. That's just nasty. And then if you really wanted to, you could put on Vanguard for 3 AP, which I watched somebody use the Vanguard on him, and it's not bad, but I feel like the Identifier and Secure for 0, that's what you want to go with, which I heard you could actually get Kelsey for free. I don't know if it's for leveling up in the field pass or the comp pass, or at some point you can get a pack where you get him, he'll be in there and you can get it for free. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, this definitely needs to be the guy that you pick. We're officially talking about the defense now. So for the defense, I have it broken up into a couple different positions. Like safety, I got like normal safety, then we got like safety that you would use her and stuff like that. So it's broken up into a couple different parts. So this safety right here is the safety that I would recommend putting back at free safety or strong safety at the natural safety position. And I'll explain why when I talk about the other guy who I'd rather put in the box and their abilities and the whole thing. But Cam Chancellor is the best safety in the game. Look at the stats. I mean, you know what I mean? And then the abilities, he gets literally anything you could imagine that you'd want to put on as safety. Now, like we said with the AK X factors, they're not the best ones. They turn off, they turn back on. So he gets some good ones, though. He gets universal and dual threat. You probably want to go with the universal. So it'll start on, it'll turn off. It's not a bad option. He gets avalanche built in. If you hit stick a guy with this, he will fumble. Now, sometimes they don't, but he will a lot of the time. Though most of the time they will, but there is the rare occasion where they will not sometimes. So that for 0 AP is just nuts. And then his actual abilities, he gets Enforcer Supreme for 0, Deep Zone KO for 1, Mid Zone KO for 0, Pick Artist for 0, and Secure Tackler for 0. And he gets all those abilities for 3 slots. He gets 3 total discount slots. So you could go with this Avalanche for 0, throw Pick Artist on for 0, and then you could put Mid Zone on for 0, and then Deep Zone on for 1. So you can get all the KOs in the game, catching ability, and the chance to make the guy you're going against fumble if you hit stick him all for a total of 1 AP. The best safety to user, in my opinion, in the game would be Mike Renfell, or use. I'm not saying you got to user him, but putting the safety in the box, I think he is the best. Now, you probably think, well, why don't we just put Cam in there? Mike gets, I think, one less ability discount slot compared to Cam. So with Cam, you're able to put on, like we said, the tackling, the KOs, and everything. You can put that on him. Mike, you cannot. So Mike doesn't get any of the special X factors or anything like that, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. He gets pick artists built in for 0 is great, but you can see he only gets 2 discount slots compared to Cam, who gets 3. So with Mike, though, he gets avalanche for 0, deep zone for 0, secure tackler for 0, and mid zone for 1. So you see, you can't put all the KOs and all the tackling stuff on him like how you can with Cam. So Mike, you got to pick. Do you want to go the KO route, or do you want to go the tackling route? I feel like it's best to go the tackling route with him, go with avalanche for 0, and then go with secure tackler for 0. You know, that's probably the best way, because you already get pick artists for 0. So just go all out with the tackling abilities, put the Cam back at safety, and now you got 2 avalanches on the field, and you got a guy in the box that should be able to hopefully bring down Eric Dickerson. And not to mention, he is still kind of big. Cam 6'3", Mike 6'2". Only difference is Mike does not have that weight, 197, but that's why you get the secure tackle and you get that avalanche on him. The best linebacker in the game is Ray Lewis, and it's not close. Ray Lewis is easily the best. This is the guy with one of the best Ray Lewis cards I've ever seen. All his stats are just straight up 99. It's not going to get any better than this, and his abilities are great. He doesn't get any fancy X factors, but he does get avalanche built in for 0. I mean, you could have these things all over the field. He gets mid zone for 1, enforcer supreme for 0, secure tackler for 0, and lurk artist for 0. He gets 2 discount slots, so I would honestly go with the lurk artist for 0, and then probably secure tackler for 0, because you mix that in with the avalanche. You know, this guy playing right in the middle in the box is just, he's going to be a problem. The best corner in the game is Nnamdi Asomugha, in my opinion. This could be debatable. There's some pretty good corners out there. I would say Richard Sherman's also a really good option. Both of them are 6'3". They're both really big. I think Sherman probably has better overall stats, but ability-wise, they're very similar. They both get universal coverage X factor, except the only difference is Nnamdi's doesn't turn off. Richard Sherman's will turn off, you know, periodically and stuff. But ability-wise, they're pretty much the same. You're going to be able to put on pick artist, deep out zone, and mid zone for a total of 1 AP on both these guys. Or actually, okay, so for Nnamdi, it's not mid zone. He gets flat zone for 0. But if you're using him on the as an outside corner, that flat zone is going to work really similar to a mid zone. So it's not really that much different. But you would have to use him on the outside. And then he gets deep out zone for 1 and pick artist for 0. So ability wise, it's not that different. The only difference with these guys is Nnamdi has the way better X factor. Universal stays on all game. And then I think Sherman has the better stats. But I'm gonna go with Nnamdi because being able to have universal all game is, that's pretty big. Defensive lineman, we're gonna be talking about some D linemen. The best D end in the game, in my opinion, just got to be Aaron Donald. And I mean, just look at those stats. That's and then you already know Aaron Donald cards always play really good. He's gonna be a monster. And then mixing these abilities, he's got a lot of X factors you could choose from. He is a guy that gets the momentum shift X factor, but I actually wouldn't put that on him. I would actually go with one of his other ones. He gets a couple ones. You could go with Unstoppable Force NFL Combine, which after 9 plays, it stays on all game. Or you could go with the AK one, where it'll be free. You don't have to pay for it. It'll turn on, turn off, so it's not bad. But if you got the 1 AP, you can have that thing on all game. I would actually go with that on him, and I'll explain why. You could, if you don't, because I don't want to spoil who the next guy is, but he's a momentum shift guy. So I guess if you don't have the other guy that we're going to talk about, then you could probably go with his momentum shift, which momentum shift is what takes away the offensive player's X factors, which, that's extremely big. But for his abilities, he gets a lot of really good stuff. So first thing is he gets relentless, for 0 AP. I don't know how much this actually works, but it's 0 AP, and it says his rush moves no longer cost points. So I don't actually know what that means, but that's supposed to be pretty good. Now he gets 2 discount slots. You get a secure tackler for 0, enforcer supreme for 1, double or nothing for 1, and edge threat elite for 1. And then for the other slot, you get your inside stuff and your no outsiders for 0. So you can kind of, if you want to use him as an inside lineman, you can with inside stuff. If you want to put him off the edge, you can, because you got no outsiders. So he gets really good abilities. like I said, I would probably actually throw on the Unstoppable Force NFL Combine X Factor for 1 AP, because, I mean, that thing is going to make him just terrorize any lineman. If a lineman doesn't have secure protector, he's going to kill him. Our last player on defense right here, interior lineman, D tackle, William Perry the Fridge. And really one of the biggest reasons why is because he does get the momentum shift X Factor. He was actually the first person to get this. It is 4 AP, which is the same as it is on Aaron Donald, but the good thing about his, it'll turn off, and then it starts on for 8 plays, and then eventually it will come back on. I personally think Fridge is the best person to use the momentum shift on, because like I said with Aaron Donald, you know, if you got Donald, you probably really want to use that X Factor on him, you know what I mean, because it's just so nasty. But yeah, I mean, if you want, you could put the momentum shift on him. But I feel like if you're getting Fridge, you're only getting him pretty much for this momentum shift. Now, it's not that his abilities are bad or anything like that. You know, he gets secure tackler for 0. He does not get any inside stuff or outside stuff. Outside stuff. No outsiders discounted. He gets, it's lurk artist, demoralizer, interior threat. So, I mean, I don't know how good really interior threat is, but lurk artist could be really good because let's say, you know, the quarterback gets hit and he's right there while the ball pops up in the air. He can go and pick that thing, which is a pretty underrated thing. So, and then he's got the momentum shift. So, and I think you can get Fridge for free for like leveling up in the field pass, like it's a set token guy or something. I'm not completely sure, but definitely one of the best interior linemen you could use. This is going to be our last player right here, man. The best kicker in the game is Justin Tucker. Now, there is nobody in the game that has over 97 kick power. There's like 3 guys that have 97 kick power. I think it's Justin Tucker, Jake Elliott, and I think it might be Prater. I could be wrong. I think Young Hoku has 96, but you can't put him at a 99 yet, which when he is, I don't know if it's going to give him more than 97 kick power, but you can't put him at a 99 yet. So nobody, like there's 3 guys in the 3-way tie with 97 kick power. So the only way to, you know, decide who is the best out of all of them is really who has the best kick accuracy, because they all get these same abilities. Like, you know what I mean? It's all the same abilities. So it just comes down to who has the best kick accuracy, which it is Justin Tucker. So because of that, Tucker is the best kicker. That's pretty much it though for my list, man. In my opinion, those are the best players at every position right now in the game. If you guys feel somebody was left off that you think is the best player in the game, let me know down in the comments, man. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all, man. So if you enjoyed the video, man, drop a like. Until the next time, man, I'll see y'all in the next one.